Okay, guys, today we are doing classifying numbers. Now, the majority of your lesson is going to be in the Bitmoji on your worksheet. I'm just going to do a few things with you here because I wanted to be able to write it and not have to type it. But when you're classifying numbers, the set of numbers that we're working with are natural numbers. Okay. Natural numbers are always positive. Always positive and never zero, decimals, or fractions. Okay? So they're always positive and never zero, decimals, or fractions. Now, sometimes you may have something that's written like this. And you may say, well, that's a fraction. It's not a natural number. When I say it can't be a fraction, that means that it has to be reduced. Okay? The fraction has to be reduced. If I look at 8 over 4, is 8 over 4 reduced? No. 8 over 4 is 2. That's not really a fraction, okay? It's a natural number. So that's that piece right there that you have to understand. The next group we're going to look at are whole numbers. These are all natural numbers. Which means they're always positive, plus we add the number 0. Now, 0 is neither positive nor negative. It's just 0. So whole numbers are all natural numbers, plus we add in 0. Okay? So it's still no decimals or fractions, though. Then we have integers. Okay? These are your positive and negative Let me rewrite that. Erase that. You already wrote it. Erase it. It's not how I want to say it. Your integers are your natural numbers and their negatives, as well as 0. Okay? So it's the natural numbers and their negatives, as well as 0. So you got all your positive numbers, but now we've got all the negative ones too. Still no fractions and no decimals, but we do have 0 in the middle, holding them all together. All right? And then our last set is our rational numbers. These are all the numbers above, including fractions and decimals. Now, we'll go into a little more detail about those fractions and decimals when you do the Bitmoji on the worksheet. We'll talk a little bit more about it. But what you need to understand is when you're classifying them, if you can classify it as a natural number, then it's not only a natural number, it is also a whole number. It is also an integer, which means it's a rational number. Okay? Because, and what I'm going to talk to you about on that other one is, your natural number is your smallest group of numbers. Okay? Your natural number is your smallest group. Then, then you've got your whole numbers that come in after that. So the whole numbers hold the natural numbers together as well. Okay? So if it's a natural number, it's a whole number. So the natural numbers are within the whole numbers. Then you've got your group of integers. So now, if it's a natural number, it's a whole number, it's also an integer. Now, we can move out, we cannot move in, all right? So we can start from the inside and move out, but you can't start here and move in. So what I mean by that is, if it's an integer, that does not necessarily mean it's a whole number. We can't move in, but we can move out. And you'll understand more about that in a little bit when you watch the other one. And then from there, we have our rational numbers, which holds everything all together. Okay? So if it's one of these, then it will always be a rational number. So when you're classifying numbers, every number I give you, it's going to be a rational number. But then you got to decide if it's any of the other ones. Okay? All right. So very short little thing here. Like I said, the majority of your lesson is attached to the actual worksheet. I used that for today, but I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up, and you'll get more explanation of this stuff on there. So go ahead and go to that page and get started. And tomorrow is your MOL day, so you won't see me tomorrow, but pay attention, watch it more than once if you need to. And just remember, if it's in the smallest section, then it's in all the sections. If it's in the biggest section, that does not necessarily mean it's in everything. Okay, we can move from the inside out, but not the outside in. Okay? All right, guys, I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.